Thank you for joining Wars of the Roses. And this is Cavern from the Encyclopedia of Freemasonry by Albert G. Mackey. Cavern. In the pagan mysteries of antiquity, the initiations were often performed in caverns, of which a few, like the cave of Elephanta in India, still remain to indicate by their form and extent the character of the rites that were then performed. The Cavern of Elephanta, which was the most gorgeous temple in the world, is 130 feet square and 18 feet tall. It is supported by 4 massive pillars, and its walls are covered with statues and carved symbolic decorations. The Sakelum, or sacred place, which constituted the phallic symbol, was in the western extremity and accessible only to the initiated. The caverns of Salsette greatly extended in magnitude that of Elephanta, being 300 in number, all adorned with symbolic figures, among which the phallic emblems were predominant, which were placed in the most sacred caverns, accessible only by private entrances. In every cavern was a basin to contain the consecrated water of ablution, on the surface of which floated the sacred lotus flower. All of these caverns were places of initiation into the Hindu mysteries, and every arrangement was made for the performance of the most impressive ceremonies. Faber says that wherever the Kabbalic mysteries were practiced, they were always in some manner or other connected with caverns, and he mentions other instances. The cave Cerinthus, within whose recesses the most mysterious rites of the Samothracian Kabbarai were performed. Morris, speaking of the subterranean passages of the Temple of Isis, in the island of Phil in the river Nile, says, it was in these gloomy caverns that the grand and mystic arcana of the goddess were unfolded to the adoring aspirant, while the solemn hymns of the initiated resounded through the long extent of these stony recesses. Most of the ancient oracles, as for instance, that of Trophonius in Boeotia, were delivered in caves. Hence, the cave, subterranean, dark, and silent, was mingled in the ancient mind with the idea of mystery. In the ceremonies of masonry, we find the cavern or vault in what is called the cryptic masonry of the American rite, and also in the high degrees of the French and Scottish rites, in which it is a symbol of the darkness of ignorance and crime impenetrable to the light of truth. In reference to the practical purposes of the cavern, as recorded in the legend of these degrees, it may be mentioned that caverns, which abounded in Palestine in consequence of the geological structure of the country, are spoken of by Josephus as a place of refuge for banditti, and Mr. Phillott says in Smith's Dictionary that it was the caves which lie beneath and around so many of the Jewish cities that formed the last hiding places of the Jewish leaders in the war with the Romans. Thank you for watching, and please don't forget to share, like, subscribe, and comment. And if you can, please consider donating to Wars of the Roses. Links to PayPal and Patreon are in the description. Thank you so very much.